Hello, friends, and welcome to our Sunday streaming services. If you're with us on Facebook or YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to get notifications when we have new videos. If you're with us on Zoom, drop a hi in the chat. We'd love to say hello back to you. And if you're in the sanctuary, hello to everybody there. If you are new here, this is your first time, go ahead and sign our guest book, either at the front of the church or, well, the front when you walk in, not the front up here, or sign our guest book at oakcliffuu.org/guest. I'm gonna have to work on that intro now that we're doing in-person services, aren't I? Today's sermon is Releasing the Past and Embracing the Future with Beth Ferree and Susan Ammons. Hey, guess what? We have a new recycle bin. Woohoo! Check it out. It's in the Hope Kitchen. And thank you so much to Autumn for helping us with our recycling. UUCOC NerdCon is coming up on June 11th. Aren't we just so excited about that? Activities are going to include vendor booths, nerd collection displays, board games, a cosplay contest, and a raffle. It's going to be so much fun. If you'd like to be a vendor or display your collection, contact Joey at nerdcon@oakcliffuu.org. We are also accepting snack and drink donations. All right, so for so many announcements, go and check the e-blast. Every week we've got all the stuff that we're doing, and we are doing so much. This week includes parish meeting results. Those are great. Thank you to everyone who showed up last week. Some ideas about cutting costs at church. If you've got some ideas, let us know. Lots of people know lots of different things, right? So maybe you know how to help us out. Maybe you've got that great idea that we just haven't thought of. Widening the circle of concern, as always, their updates are in there. We need coffee service volunteers, so check that out. And Workday Wednesdays are on, so go look for information. Thank you for coming and visiting us on this wonderful Sunday. Talkback is at 11:15, so stick around for that. You always get something out of it, whether you decide to participate or to just listen. We also have adult religious exploration at 1 o'clock with Sarah. All right, it's time for member anniversaries, and we have some really great ones, so let's get kicking on it, right? First of all, happy UUCOC anniversary to Marie Hallwoodell. Happy anniversary. And we got to keep going because we have so many. Happy anniversary to the fabulous Leah Pittman. And, of course, Tyler Pittman. And last but certainly not least, we have our amazing new vice president. Happy anniversary, Kirsten LeBeau. So much fun. That is so great. To the four of you, I thank you so much for being a part of our church, and I hope that you have a very good day. To you and everyone else out there, I hope that you all have a very happy Sunday.
Good morning. Mm-hmm. Welcome to the services of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Oak Cliff in Dallas, Texas. We understand that as you prepared for church this morning, you had your choice, not of just a few churches in your area or the many churches in your metropolitan area, but of hundreds of thousands of services worldwide. Without increasing your commute even a minute, we are happy that you chose to be with us. As Unitarian Universalists, we serve and welcome people of all faiths. We are not a creedal church with a set of beliefs that you have to subscribe to. We are more interested in how your spiritual journey and your relationship with the divine informs your life and your relationships. As stated in the first two of our 7 principles, we believe in the inherent worth and dignity of every individual, and we strive for justice, equity, and compassion in human relationships. Let us celebrate together this morning. May the light we now kindle inspire us to use our powers to heal and not to harm, and not to hinder, to bless and not to curse, to serve you, spirit of love, compassion, and forgiveness.
Que esta luz que ahora encendemos nos inspire a usar nuestros dones y poderes para sanar y no para herir, para ayudar y no para impedir, para bendecir y no para maldecir, para servirte a ti, espíritu de amor, compasión y perdón.
These opening words are from In Faith by Sunshine Jeremiah Wolf. This is a congregation that gathers in faith, not faith in one religion or one God or any one way. We gather in faith of the power of the power of diversity, the power of love, and the hope of a world transformed by our care. We gather in faith in ourselves and those around us, not a faith that requires perfection or rightness in one another. Rather a faith that in our shared imperfection we may learn to stumble and fall together. Faith that we will help one another to rise and to try again and again. We are Unitarian Universalists.
We are building a new way. We are building a new way. We are building a new way, feeling stronger every day. We are building a new way. We are working to be free. We are working to be free. We are working to be free. Hate and greed and jealousy. We are working to be free. We can feed our every need. We can feed our every need. We can feed our every need. Start with love, that is the seed. We can feed our every need. Peace and freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Without these, this world will die. Peace and freedom is our cry. Join us as we recite our covenant. Because we love one another, we honor each individual's spiritual journey. We celebrate life's abundance and service to each other, our community, and the world. We connect with each other in love, respect, and acceptance. Thus do we covenant together.
Porque nos amamos uno al otro, honramos el viaje espiritual de cada individuo. Celebramos la abundancia de la vida en el servicio a entre sí, nuestra comunidad y el mundo. Ponemos en contacto a unos con otros en el amor, respeto y acepción, así que hacemos pacto.
You are not alone with your sorrow, just as I am not alone with mine. Our covenant of right relations makes it so. You and I are bound by our promise to commune. In community, the burden of a heavy heart is lifted. A burden shared is a burden lightened. At this time, we invite you to publicly post your sorrows and prayer requests to the Zoom chat or send them to our Facebook Messenger.
When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love. When I breathe in peace. When I breathe out love.
This Sunday, like every Sunday, we reaffirm our promise to one another. Our promise makes clear the call to celebrate, for that which brings you joy, makes you grateful, or brings you peace. We, your sacred community, celebrate. We celebrate together and magnify joy, heighten gratitude, and spread ever-increasing peace. Please share your joys publicly by posting them on the Zoom chat or send it to our Facebook Messenger or speak them aloud.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirs of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
First of all, I have to confess I did not know I was going to get billing. I didn't know you were going to even know who I was. I expected to be just a parenthetical comment in the flow of a beautiful, beautiful sermon. I guess that I'm here because I represent the past, that which you are now trying to let go of, right? Okay. I always get these flattering spots where you people place me. This church has an amazing past, and this morning probably is not the place to share it all, but I do have something that reminded us. We got a letter in the mail and a check, two of our very favorite things, not long ago, and it's from a former member of this church, and my job is to share it with you. The young lady was, she's not young anymore, Lucy Walker, who was a member a long time ago. And she wrote about a woman named Mary Ann Masterton. And probably there's not a soul in here except me. Oh, gosh, it's bad to get old. I remember when I first came here, I was the youngest. I had red hair. I was, chipper and bouncy and all of those good things, but not anymore. Mary Ann Masterton was an amazing woman, probably a Renaissance woman, if you talk about Renaissance men. She was a lady who could do everything. She could sing, she could dance, but mostly she was a writer and an artist, amazing artist. I don't know if it's called an altar cloth or what it is. She made several of these for the church in beautiful, wonderful, creative designs. And that was just one of her talents. She also taught religious education for our children and kept us moving when we needed some energy. And this Miss Lucy Walker has written a letter about her and sent a check again. I want to remind you, it went to the endowment committee. Anyway, yes. Oak Cliff Unitarian Church. The enclosed small contribution is a memory of Mary Ann Masterton. Mary Ann, a gifted writer, was one of the members of the Oak Cliff Unitarian Fellowship who saved my life. That was this church's name before it became Unitarian Universalist Church of Oak Cliff. We were called a fellowship. My family and friends lived in Denver. When my husband left our 2 children and me after 18 years, I was devastated. Mary Ann not only helped me in Dallas, she remained connected after I moved myself back to Denver and she to Antigo, Wisconsin. See, the good thing about Mary Ann was that she was part Yankee. And, no, does anybody here, is anybody else part Yankee? I am. Anyway. My story is long, she said. I will only relate one story. As we neared our century mark, she decided to celebrate her 100th birthday in case she didn't make it to her century mark. She celebrated at one of her family gatherings in July. She didn't make it. Her daughter, Samantha, was with her and enjoyed and invited me to visit in Antigo. There were others at the fellowship I attribute to saving my life. I only wish I could do more for the little engine that said, I think I can. And I did. I survived. Not only did I survive, but I thrived because of the friends I made in the little church in the Wildwoods. What a wonderful tribute, and money on top of it. All of this is to say that our past isn't all necessarily bad. We don't have to let go of it. We can hang on to it in a cherished place. It's a good thing. And now we have to grab hold of the future. So good luck.
Poor choice of title. But Scott calls me and asks for the title of things, and I'm like, oh no, we gotta come up with something now. So I want to say I talk to Lucy Walker probably at least once a month, and she is an awesome lady. She has made a name for herself in Colorado, where she has taught inner city Black children theater and had a really nice theater going and won a lot of awards for that. And she told me that she left here because this was the only place she felt safe. The larger Dallas area was not safe for her, but she always felt safe here. So that's important. So I got to be honest, this has been a horrible week for me. The doctor decided to try a new medication on me that did not work and rendered me incapable of thinking for about 3 days, so I took myself off it. And there have been a lot of plot changes. So I'm not entirely ready, but it's nice to know that since the beginning of the service was rocky, that I'm just fitting right in with everybody else. So my thoughts this week were a lot on legacies and death. It was the anniversary of my best friend's death, Tommy Kinney. It would have been Elaine's 100th birthday on Wednesday. So I've been thinking a lot about legacies and what we leave behind when we go. And also about this coming year. So one of the things that came up after the parish meeting last week was some frustration from those who do most of the volunteering. And we know that in any non-profit organization, 20% of the people do 99% of the work. So I want to acknowledge that frustration and acknowledge that these years have been difficult for a lot of people. And there are some very tired people here. So I want to say to them that I hear you, I see you, and always put self-care first. If you're not able to do something, say no. If you need me to do it, come to me. I'll say no for you. But I see so much hope and so much just good things in our future. Starting to come back and people are starting to get involved again. And that is good. And I am so excited about the NerdCon coming up in June. Joey and Josh Heil are creating this wonderful, wonderful fundraiser that will bring in more younger people. And that's what we need to be working toward, is bringing in more younger people. Because we old ones are tired. Some of us are, I have decided that this year, after the last 2 years, I'm going to focus on just getting us back on track. But one of the things said, and I totally agree with her, she's got all these wonderful ideas for us. And I think it's fantastic. I think it's cool. And I have always thought that we should be a sanctuary for people who don't have a sanctuary anywhere else, a place that people come to. And I have worked to keep that up the last 2 years. And to illustrate that, I want to tell you a story. About 2 years ago, I think it was, Rita, a man named Troy came to our campus. And we fed him. And he and I sat and talked for an hour. He asked for a reading, and I brought forth his grandmother, and they had a good conversation. And at the end of it, he thanked me and said, I feel hope now. He went with his sister, and 2 weeks ago, I got a phone call from him. He was now clean. He was attending AA. See the daughter that he hadn't been able to see for 2 years. And this is why I'm here. Is this why you're here? I hope so. We may not accomplish everything we want to do this year. We may not. But if we accomplish the little things, if we just stay together and accomplish the little things enough, because everything happened at the right time. I firmly believe that. Everything happens at the right time. I will continue to lead for another year. After that, I'm out of here, folks. Not out of here, just out of the office. I intend to concentrate some on identifying our future leaders and working on getting them back up and going, so that, because I do think that in the future, not this year, maybe not next year, the governance is going to necessarily have to change as the younger people take over. So I feel that my job right now is to hold space for those younger people, because I'm not the one who's going to change the world. I will change it for a few people. I have changed it for a few people. But I'm not the one who's going to change this church. I'm not the one who's going to change the world. It's going to be the younger people. The people becoming mothers, people who are becoming fathers. I've noticed since my grandson's been born that this incoming generation is totally different. He is just wiser than my kids were, than I was. Just has this inner wisdom that I can't explain. The other day I asked him, Sebastian, what's the meaning of life? And he laughed and he said, I don't know, Grandma. But it was just the look he gave me, like there's just something there, and I can't explain what it is, but I know it's there. So I want you to know that we'll be okay, that we've got this, and that one day we will have the church we all dream of, the beloved community. But maybe sometimes it's going to seem like we're running behind or we're running in place. But we're not. We're not. We're right on time. Was that long enough? Okay, what would you like? I want you to know I love you. And I'm here because of that. And I took another year because of that. And because I believe in this church. Okay, Scott, I guess you have to turn on the tap dancing music now. And I gotta say thank you for the rocky start to the service, because I feel a lot better about not being prepared. Thank you.
Building bridges between our divisions, I reach out to you. Will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Between our divisions, I reach out to you. Will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet harmony.
Let there be an offering to sustain and strengthen this place, which is sacred to so many of us, a community of memory and hope, for we are now keepers of the dream. To make an offering or your pledge, please go to follow the links.
Receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. De ti yo recibo, a ti te doy, así compartimos y vivimos hoy. Receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. De tio recibo, a ti te doy, así compartimos y vivimos hoy.
If you are who you were, and if the person next to you is who he or she was, if none of us have changed since the day we came in here, we have failed. The purpose of this community, of any church or temple or zendo or mosque, is to help its people grow. We do this through encounters with the unknown, in ourselves, in one another, in the other, whoever that might be for us. However hard that might be, because those encounters have many gifts to offer. So you may go forth from here this morning. So may you go forth from here this morning. Not who you were, but who you could be. So may we all.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Extinguimos esta llama, pero no la luz de la verdad, el calor de comunidad o el fuego de nuestro compromiso. Estos los llevaremos en el corazón hasta que estemos juntos otra vez.
Morning and peace